I'm out here on court, it's a beautiful day, the sun's shining, there is no wind, it is delightful conditions for playing tennis. But as you know, that's not the way it always happens. Unfortunately, sometimes it's windy. And if the wind is blowing in a predictable way, that's annoying, but at least you can compensate for it. But when the wind is gusty, it is very, very hard to deal with and it can be very frustrating. But I want to give you a couple of tips of things that you can do when you're dealing with gusty winds that should hopefully help you to manage the situation better. Hopefully you find the video helpful. If you do, it'd be awesome if you give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel before, it's always much appreciated if you could do that as well. So the reason I'm making this video today is that yesterday I was playing against a friend and we were dealing with gusty, windy conditions. And I had to kind of mentally remind myself how to approach the situation because it was exhausting and it was very frustrating. Depending what videos you've seen of mine, I'm naturally a right-handed player, but I'm relearning to play left-handed. So I've been doing that for a few years and it's okay, I'm getting there. I'm playing at like a reasonable 4-5 level, but it takes a lot of thinking, a lot of brain power. And my confidence isn't amazing because I'm learning to play left-handed. But I feel okay when the ball's, in a nice, comfortable position and the conditions are good, but then put me in wind and now, my confidence just started to drop and I had to very consciously remind myself, look, playing in gusty, windy conditions is hard. You just need to do kind of two things. Number one is just be on your toes even more. I always prioritize footwork. It's the big thing that I work on, trying to read the ball, set up in the right position. But when it's windy, even more so. You have to be lighter on your toes to make those last minute adjustments. So that's the first thing, kind of reminding yourself about that. I guess adding on from that, maybe stepping back a little bit. Obviously when the ball's unpredictable, stepping in and taking it on the rise is going to be a little bit more tricky. At least if you drop back and give yourself a little bit more time, you've got more opportunity to hopefully read the flight of the ball more effectively. So that's kind of the first part to it. But the second part is more mental, and it kind of goes to what I was saying a moment ago. Like, it's kind of crazy. Logically, I can think through it. Okay, I'm relearning to play left-handed. It's windy. It's hard. But when you're out there, when you're playing, when you want to be able to do well, sometimes you don't think as clearly as you could. And I started to get really frustrated with myself and really down on myself. And I wasn't even losing. I actually ended up winning. But I was still not feeling confident because just my shots didn't feel clean and I felt like I was struggling the whole time. So the other kind of piece that goes along with it is mentally kind of explaining it to yourself, reminding yourself playing in all wind is hard, playing in gusty wind is even harder. So you can't expect to play perfect Djokovic like tennis when you're dealing with gusty winds because it's hard. So give yourself a mental break, appreciate it for what it is, and then hopefully the next time you play, it won't be quite as windy, and then you can regain your confidence, okay? So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, because I know a lot of other players struggle with this as well. Just be nice to yourself, focus on the footwork, and do the best that you can, and sometimes that's all you can do, okay? I'll catch you next time.